Driving down the fairway, swinging with precision between two biomes. My heart is on a mission, golfing like a champion, aiming for the green. The crowd is getting wild, cheering, living the dream. The sand traps are tricky, the rough is so deep, but nothing can stop me. I'm the king of the sweep. With every swing I take, I feel the power inside between two biomes. I let my talent ride. Between two biomes, we'll conquer the game. Golfing heroes, rising to
Well done, Steve. Well done. And like, who was it? Was it Bangini that created that?
Bangini. It was Bangini who did that.
The ghost of Bangini still haunts us, right?
I love it. I cannot tell you how much I love it. I sent that link to my wife and daughter to listen to, and they were dying. And I'm like, it's so perfect.
We'll just let that play out in the background there. There's a little good. I like how the guitar riff actually is somewhat like our theme music. You know,
Like, it is completely straight out of the 80s, right? Like just like they wanted to. It's an 80s themed. I can see like the intro for an 80s sitcom, kind of show. Like it's awesome. It's just so good.
Bosom buddies.
Yeah, like a bosom buzzy kind of show. I was gonna say Fresh Prince, but no, not Fresh Prince. That's the wrong song
Yeah,
for
it's a
Fresh
little
Prince.
more hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, well, here we are on a Sunday. Delayed, real life as usual, right? Came into
Of
play.
course. But that's us. We're delayed.
Yes, of course. So, how'd your week go?
Week was good. It was busy. The fact that it's Sunday and I don't remember what the week was, but that tells you how crazy the week has been. My work, our fiscal year fourth quarter is we're in the throes of it. So given that
Yeah.
I lead one of our sales businesses, there's a ton of let's just say focus on the next 6 to 8 weeks to get through the fiscal year and the fiscal quarter and make sure all of my teams hit their numbers and all that good stuff. So it's the days go by very, very quickly and they're very packed. And then you throw in that we literally, I'm not kidding you, on Friday it was 80 degrees, and on Saturday and Sunday and through this morning we had 6 inches of snow on the ground.
And it's gone already, right?
And yeah, so I woke up this morning, there was 6 inches of snow on the ground, and my son had a flag football game at noon. And I kept looking at the chat to say, is it going to be canceled? There's snow on the ground. There's no way. And they were like, nope, dress warm. They're playing in the snow. I was like, okay, great. We got there for practice at noon. Snow was all gone. Field was dry.
Wow.
It was 75 degrees today. And you couldn't even tell it snowed. It's like, it's gorgeous out there. It's beautiful and sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and the green grass now. And so that was our weekend.
It makes me want to do? It
play some golf.
It makes me want to drink.
Yeah, me too. Hence, I've already started. Yeah, it's Sunday.
Yeah, I was actually today. I was with my daughter. She had a track yesterday, which was all day long, and then field hockey today.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a busy girl, which is fun. I love it. When she's done with high school, she's a freshman, thank God. When she's done, I don't know. I'm gonna go through withdrawal. So
I'm with you. My daughter's a junior in high school, and so we have about a year and a couple months left. We started our college searches. We were at spring break. We went out and looked at some colleges the first time, and like she plays in our varsity golf team, and I follow every tournament, and I go to as many as I can go to, and I absolutely complain about it all the time and love it at the same time. And when she goes away to college, I can't imagine what's gonna happen, because I won't be able to do that.
So I think we're both recycling this week. We're back on the Angels NB, right?
Yeah, I think we're both on the Angels NB. Now, funny quick story though. My wife and I, we took my son to go see the I forgot what they call it. It's the Michael Jackson musical at the theater, the Buell Theater, our local theater yesterday.
Yeah.
And we walked over to the Four Seasons afterwards to have a little cocktail and a little appetizer after we were done. And on their menu, they have a specialty cocktail made with Angel's Envy. And
What's
I
it
was
called?
like, whoa, there we
Is it
go.
something to do with Angel's Envy that it's called, or what? No.
I don't know. It was like some local, like the local hotel, like their local mixologist had come up with a, some sort of, bourbon cocktail drink. And it was a mix of like regular Angel's Envy rye and some other stuff. I didn't get it because I saw it after I'd already ordered the hot chocolate with Bailey's because it was like 30 degrees out and snowing on the ground yesterday. So I went the warm route, but I saw it and I was like, hey, I know Angel's Envy. We just had some. So I'm drinking it tonight.
I have a request from for our audience. I would love either in the comments, contact me directly, send me a link. I want to hear your best whiskey sour recipes.
Oh, okay.
My parents had a restaurant going up and they made whiskey sour mix, and it was a couple of ingredients and some stuff I got from the store that I can't find anymore. So I had an inkling for a whiskey sour today, and I'm not gonna buy like the mix off the shelf. So
no, you want to make your sour mix.
Yeah, so if anyone has something that's good, shoot it my way. And I'm gonna try a couple of them, and if it's really good, I'll call you out on the show. So whiskey sour.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like that. All right.
Yeah. All right. So let's get on to. So we didn't have a lot of content this week, so we decided to bring back something, which is our "Hello, my name is" segment. So getting to know us, right? So the deep.
It's it's funny. It's funny to me that the couple of the folks that have said, "Hey, y'all should do a segment like this so we get to know who you guys are a little bit." And since we started doing the segment, like they haven't come back, and I figured they'd come back. Like, okay, we know too much now. You can stop the segment.
Yeah. So we just right before the show, we said, all right, what should we do? And this is what we came up with: is how'd you meet your wife? So
Which one?
Okay. In my case, how'd you meet your girlfriend?
I have 3 currently. Is that a problem?
May make the show a little bit longer, right? Yeah. So who wants to go first? So first of all, I'll go.
Yeah, you go first.
So I met my wife in college. I think it was my junior year, and so not a really exciting story, but kind of funny was I was in a fraternity, and met her at a keg and a corner party. That's pretty much it. I went to Penn State, and the fraternities there, they're really big, these nice big mansions. And we just had her sorority over. We usually have these formal events with sorority, but that night we just decided, hey, let's invite them over, keg and she came over. Literally said hi to her, talked to like a couple minutes, and then when she left, I was asking all of her sorority sisters who she was. And back then, kids, there was no Snapchat, there's no texting. So like, if someone left, like you remember back then, if someone left and you didn't get their name, you were like shit out of luck, right?
Yeah.
So it was like as soon as after I talked to her, I knew her name was Meredith. That's my wife's name. And then I was like asking like the girls, who's Meredith? Where's she live? Does she have a phone number? How do I get in touch with her? So that's pretty much it. Not like terribly exciting.
Me now, my turn. Big sigh. Oh wait, let me ask you before we go. How long have you been married?
So 2001. So what's that? 23 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I met my wife on a double blind date.
All right.
And what I mean by a double blind date.
So wait, so first of all, if we're going, how old were you?
Oh my God, I know how long we've been married. I don't know how old I was at the time. Probably.
No, not exactly. But were you in college?
Oh no, we were post college. We were both post college.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 6 years older than my wife, but we were both. We were both living in Austin, Texas at the time. I grew up in Austin. I was working for Dell. She was working for the local congressman from Austin, or doing something, in communications.
Okay.
And she was supposed to have. she's supposed to be moving out to DC with her job. And she was in Austin, and she just kept staying in Austin, like make it just one of those things like, hey, we'll move, and then she'll move, and then never ended up moving and stayed in Austin, which is great. And so anyway, she had a roommate. Her roommate did a lot like the guys that she was going out with. So her roommate decided to go talk to a woman, roommate, just somebody that she knew like had a son. And that woman was her stockbroker. So her roommate went to the stockbroker,
Okay.
told her about her roommate. The stockbroker said, I've got the perfect guy she needs to meet. The stockbroker was my mom. And so my mom and my now wife's roommate both decided that we needed to go out on a blind date. So my mom never met her, and the roommate never met me, but they decided we needed to go out. So my mom called me and said, here's her phone
I
number.
found a girl for you.
She did. She said, her name is
She's
Lindy.
a nice girl. Treat her nice. Take her
Here's
out.
her
Buy her
phone
something
number.
to
She's waiting
eat.
for you to call. Exactly. And so I was actually out of town at work. I was in New York because I was working for Dell. So I was at a customer. My mom called me and said, hey, here. So I had the phone number. So I was in a cab going to the airport, and I called her from the cab, lined up a date for that weekend. And 22 years later, we've been married 21 years, married 22 years, and dated 2 years before that.
Okay.
So we got married in 2002.
That's much better than my story.
It was fun. It was a fun story to tell, actually.
Yeah. My wife's history. It's much better after we met. Then it gets interesting. But I'm not going to bore everybody with. Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, my wife likes to tell this part of the story, and so I'll be vulnerable and I'll share it. I asked her out on a second date halfway through the first date. Like, we were halfway through the first date, and we were at dinner having drinks, waiting for the food to come. And I'm like, hey, you want to go out this weekend? And she was like, dude, we haven't finished this date yet. I'm like, I don't care.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's go out. I'm lining up my weekend. All right. You're either part of it or you're not.
You want to make plans?
No, that's our stories.
All right. So let's move into some new courses, right? Some new courses. Yeah.
There are a lot of courses too. How many do we have?
Oh shit, we never got that far. Was it
counting?
14?
1, 2, 3,
14?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. Okay.
Including the 3 that Pena launched yesterday.
Yeah, and then there were like a couple by another guy. Well, let's just go. Here we go.
Yeah, let's just go.
So we had 3 by Dev. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dev is our Australia guy. So he builds tons of courses in Australia. So we got the Keppera Country Golf Club North Course. We got the West Course, and then Coralbian. Yeah, Coralbian.
I think Coralbian sounds about right. Coralbian Valley.
Right. Yeah. So these are all in Queensland. We're going to come back to those in a second. Then we have Get Glacier Head Southern Dunes. Yep. So that's a Florida course. Now, Dev has been releasing a lot of Australian courses, and I don't think I can't recall if we've given him an MPAL before.
I don't know.
But we wanted to give some quick feedback to him. And so we're looking at these courses, and you and I, everyone knows, we look at these differently, then we come back and we kind of compare notes and everything, and we both had the same idea here. So here's a screenshot this is from what was Keppera Country Club, right?
This is North. This is Keppera North.
Yeah, Keppera North. And so you can see
this is from the video. This is from the hole by hole video off of their website.
Yeah. Now it might have some additional saturation, but it looks like it's slightly dried out. But the one thing that we're finding is, and let's bring up a shot of his course, is, and let me move diagonally here, which is we really felt like those trees that he's using, although they feel like Australian trees, they're too much, right?
They are.
They either need to be toned down so they're not so bright, because there should be shadows there. If you look at the trees here in the course, the bottoms of them are really dark. Okay. and we felt like he just needs to either tone down the colors, or better yet, Dev, I think if you're going to continue to do Australian courses, go out and learn Speed Tree and start making your own courses, because let's face it, the vegetation is really the one way that you're going to differentiate those courses to be in Australia. So I would go out, learn Speed Tree, learn how to adjust those textures, because you see here that these trunks themselves are dark, and then the top of the trees are lighter colored. They're not like the zebra pattern that we see here.
Yeah, and Dev, like, listen, I love your courses and I love the layout. I thought they were great. I found those trees, especially the trunks of the trees, especially distracting in the shots. And again, they shouldn't be. They should blend away. They should be there, but not necessarily be noticeable like that. So just some feedback for you on it. I thought the course themselves looked great, and I think the layout of the courses were very unique. I think they're fun, but the trees just really would love to see like Masta's idea of maybe tweaking the texture on the trees or something to make them not quite so zebra-y and not so bright and in your face.
I want to feel Australia, but not so much, I guess, is the best way of putting it, right?
Yep.
So anything, oh, and then I think we were talking about maybe the colors need to be like the fairway colors and the rough colors just need to be a little bit drier looking. I think you had a great idea, which is he might benefit from a sat shader on here.
Yeah, and so listen, we talked about that. Like this course, I think we, let me put it this way. I think the default colors and the default textures are great.
Yes.
I think they're really good. I also personally think they're a little overused. They're great for getting, if you've never done a sat shader, but even if you tweak the existing the colors a little bit and don't just drop them in by default and be gone with it, put them in, then tweak the colors a little bit in the rough and then you can soften them a little bit. You can put a little less green, a little more yellow in this to be more true to what you're, a little yellow, a little brown, as opposed to just all deep green. So I find maybe it's us. I don't know if you experience that, because we look at every single course, and I'm looking at 16 courses over the course of the week. And when 15 of them are using the same exact textures, the ones that don't use the same texture really start to stand out as unique in different courses. Yeah. And so this is a really cool layout. So that was one suggestion, just a suggestion. The other one was to lighten up the mow lines a little bit. Mow lines were a little bit
yeah. Now, if you look at and I think a good thing is if you look at the picture we have here, and then you look at the fairway, you can't tell the difference between the fairway and the rough here, except for what? Where the mow lines stop.
Where the mow lines stop,
in the real picture here. So if you just soften up the ends of these mow lines and almost make like the rough, like essentially, I keep on going forward here, essentially make this rough the same color, base color as the fairway, and then just do a cleanup cut here, you've got the same
look and feel. And what I love about this is, look how accurate his course is from the real course. Like, these are screenshots that I want. The upper one's a video, the other one's GSPro, and of the same number one hole off of the North course. The representation, the layout, where the bunker is, where the trees are located, it's all almost exactly spot on. And I would say just these suggestions we have would move it just right into that, like, wow, MPOW, amazing, like that little detail, that level of detail.
Yep. Yeah. So really good. I think you're on the cusp of really doing something magnificent here.
Yep.
Moving on. So let me go over here. So the reserve at MoonLight Basin, Big Sky, Montana by Indy Scott. And then I think we have a rookie here, J Ruble 7. That's not a name I recognize. So
I don't either. Is he going blue? Is this his first? We need blue music, Steve. We need some blue.
Yeah, you're right. We do need
we need blue music and blue sound effects.
We need to look for almost like celebratory, like a big something like celebration. Yeah, we need to find some blue music, Steve.
Like oozing, like in Double Dare, like a Nickelodeon, like blue. Yes. I feel like blue splashes.
Oh, you're like oozing, squishy music. Squishy music.
Squishy music. Thank you.
Okay. And we have a couple by Life is Good, who has been like slapping us down with like a lot of courses. So we have
Do you know why he has got so many courses coming out?
because he's good.
Because life is good.
Yeah. Isn't that the isn't that like something to do with like LG Electronics? Isn't LG like life good or something like that?
I
Isn't
don't
like their
know.
motto or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
But AH blank course, and so both of these courses are in Iowa, in Des Moines, Iowa. Um, yeah, so he's cranking them out.
I'm looking right now just for grins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Life is Good has put out 8 courses
In what, 2, 3 weeks?
from 416 to now.
416? Like
No,
those
those
are
are
those
updated. Sorry,
updates?
those
Yeah.
are updated.
No, but I do
So
think it's been
version
like 3
1,
weeks maybe. Yeah.
about 3 weeks. I would say about a month. Yep.
Yeah. And if you happen to be on Discord, I want to see if JRuble7 has ever posted anything in Discord.
I'm checking. Hold on. Oh, that's a good. Oh, now that's a good. Hold on.
I
We
love it
research music.
personally because what do you want me to do? Some filler music here?
We need some kind of research music, some sort of like scientific research music when I'm searching on Discord. J Ruble 7 from.
I love it when
Yes.
oh, he has.
He has posts. Oh, he's got posts all over the place.
Okay. Man.
He's got posts in LiDAR terrain. He's got posts in tree requests.
Okay.
He's got posts in performance testing. Oh, he's got
I
all over the
personally
place.
love it when someone finishes a course, they put it in SGT, and I haven't heard from them because it at least means that the tutorial videos are doing their job, right?
Or he's so good
Maybe he didn't
that
even
he's
use
like,
the
screw
tutorial
your
videos at all.
videos. I know how to do this without,
True. It's totally possible. Totally possible. Let's see. The next 3 courses we have MacGyver, GT,
Hartwell.
Hartwell golf course,
And that's a
out in
par 3
California.
course.
That is a par 3, like an executive
Yep.
course. Yep.
Yep. Cool little par 3 course.
And then we have a couple by Pac-Man. So this was a course that he released in his Patreon a while ago. I actually remember when this came out, and he had posted about these a long time ago. It was like the first time to me. This was before like autumn fall courses became like popular, and Pac-Man at the time was really the only one that did a good job at it. Now there's a lot of people that can do fall autumn course, but this is the first time he had 2 courses that one was summer and one was fall.
Yep.
This is actually a V3 course.
It is a V3 course.
Yep. And then we got 3 more courses by Pina. So one of the, is she still the only female builder we have?
I think she might be the only female designer we have, at least that I know of.
Okay.
And avid listener of the show. She actually reached out to me about some of the golf tech stuff after last week's episode, with some feedback, which was great.
So congratulations, Pina, on doing 3. So this was obviously a 27-hole course where she did 18, 18, 18 in different combinations in Utopia, Ontario, Canada. So Bear Creek Golf Club, when I first thought this come out, I was like, oh, Mashie's going to be upset because Bear Creek is a Colorado course. But no.
It was not.
This is in Ontario, Canada.
It is not. Although our friend Run Pud Run, I know he's got another Colorado course. I think 2 more in the wings. One was on my radar to do. It was if I got to it. It wasn't like, oh, I need to go do it. Let me go put it on the spreadsheet. But it's the sister course to the Castle Pines course that I did a while ago. And I don't remember the other one. So
so he's like, you still think he's stepping on your toes a little bit there?
No. He's all good. He's all good. He is all good. He's not stepping on my toes at all.
Oh, and speaking of Run Pud Run.
Speaking of Run,
you gotta have
walk-on music for Run Pud Run.
Yes. Oh, I forgot the Pac-Man. Steve, you left out the Pac-Man stuff earlier.
Steve, we got to put Pac-Man music, walk-on music. Yeah. Correct.
Yep. So Run Pud Run had Shawnee Country Club come out this week from Lima, Ohio. And then we had another T-Squared course, which was Trump National Doral Silver Fox in Doral, Florida.
Yeah, it's Doral.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well,
it's
you know
not
me.
Doral, it's Doral.
Come on. That's my MO, is pronouncing stuff completely wrong.
It's Doral, not Doral.
Doral?
It's not dorsal fin.
Oh, I was thinking Doral as in like the oral.
It's not Doral like an oral. like you have an oral fixation
So
for
it's
the
like
Doral course.
so it's like correct. It's like DOR. It's like Doral,
It's
right?
Doral.
Okay, it's not like corral. Corral doesn't corral have an e on the end of it?
Maybe, but this is Doral.
English sucks.
It depends on which corral you want. If
English
I were to spell it, it would be Coral.
CORAL is coral, so it's got to be Doral.
Coral to Corl.
God, let's just move on. Move on.
Choral. It's coral.
Right, so it's Doral.
Like Doral. Doral. Trump National Doral.
I'm gonna have you start saying the courses soon. My head hurts.
No, because it's more fun when you say the
Oh
courses.
God. Okay. Okay. So where do we go from here? Right. Oh, guess what? Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Okay. Must plays of the week. The MPals. First one is congratulations to who is it? Oh, T squared. Congratulations!
T-squared.
Yay! Congratulations. Trump National.
Now,
Doral.
so here's a test for you.
Yeah.
So first question is, where is Doral?
Where is it? Like on the map? Like
Yeah, like where is Doral located?
oh, geez, Doral, Florida. I'm gonna guess it's like
it's in Miami, Florida.
oh, it is in Miami. It's close to Miami.
Yeah, it's outside of Miami.
Oh, that
correct.
makes
Now,
sense for Trump to have a golf course. Of course, he's
the
gonna be in Miami.
real question though is,
okay.
what are the other courses that are there? The Silver Fox, obviously. What other courses are there?
Like Trump courses or just general courses?
On the Doral property, as part of the Doral property there.
Oh, I have no idea.
There's the Red Tiger.
Okay.
There's the Golden Palm.
Okay.
There's the Blue Monster.
The blue monster, like that's different from the green monster, I take it.
It's
Right?
different than the monster. Yep, the Blue Monster and the
Okay.
Silver Fox. There's 4 really
So-
high quality courses on this property.
So I guess T squared. My question for you is: was this commissioned? And if not, are you going to do other ones on?
That's
the
my
Trump
guess.
property
Is
there?
he's got the other ones in the
This
works.
is-
I think one's in beta. I think one of the other ones is
Oh,
in
really?
beta now.
This is right
Yeah.
up his alley because they're all named after animals, and you know what he likes to do,
Like,
right?
the dude is all in on animals.
Right?
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean
Is he a furry? Is that what they call
he
them?
likes putting animals in
Is
his
that-
courses.
Is that what
That's
they
all I
call?
mean
Is
by
that what they call the people like to dress up like animals and furries?
Yes.
Furries. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. So
Trump National Golden Palm is in beta right now.
All right. Oh, Golden
Sorry.
Palm.
I should say this right. Trump National Doral. The Golden Palm course is in
Oral.
beta.
Doral. So
Sorry.
this did not disappoint as far as the animals go. Let's put it that way.
It did not.
So that's why I said these are right down his alley. So we have Trump National. Now, I'll be curious to see how long, like, you would think if anyone's litigious, it would be Trump, right? And protecting the Trump brand.
So
right?
I think he's got a few things tied up though. So.
Yeah, he might be a little bit busy right now. So if
Busy
anyone
right
wants
now.
to build a Trump course, now's the time, right?
A couple of years from now, he might actually come in and sue you for making it and
Right.
naming it that. But right now, I think he's a little busy. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
So this is there's well, we'll get. This is not an easy course. Let me put it this way.
Laughing already because I know where you're going with it.
What? With the oral?
No, I'll
Or
wait.
what?
Just wait.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. So here's the thing, and this is how I like oblivious I am sometimes, which is so custom T markers, right? Custom flag, and I saw this and I'm thinking gray fox.
Gray Wolf.
Gray wolf, sorry.
Gray Wolf.
Gray, it's
Gray
silver
Wolf.
fox, but I immediately thought gray wolf. Oh, it's
Gray Wolf.
T squared. He's
He
right.
squared. He put an homage to
He's-
Gray Wolf in the Silver Fox course.
This is what we did in pre-show. I said, really? Wow, he's put a gray wolf in here? No, it's a silver fox.
I'm like, dude, it's Silver Fox.
I'm an idiot. I will call that I am an
Now,
idiot.
to be fair though, there was a, and I don't have it in our Facebook post of the week because it didn't happen. This is what I wanted it to happen. There was somebody who posted recently, like the last day or so, it was like, name a course with wide open fairways and and no water and very few bunkers for easy beginner players. And I wanted somebody to put in their Grey Wolf, and they didn't. So that's all I could think about when you saw this in a pre-show. I was like, it's
I've
Grey Wolf.
seen it. Yeah, I see. There's nice. I'm going to start commenting Grey Wolf. No one else does.
I think I was going to, but
Make it
yeah,
young.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
So
Is he doing his own blender work?
that's a good question. I don't recognize anything in here as unique blender work.
Well,
Now,
but I thought the T markers were the
oh
wolf
yeah,
T
yeah,
markers
but you
were.
know something? I'll be honest with you. I don't consider like that like really blender work anymore.
Well,
I
how you gonna make it?
no. You can do that in Blender, but like extruding like a logo like that is like pretty easy.
Oh yeah, got
Like
it.
I
Yeah,
consider like Blender work now like a clubhouse. And even then with like the DPR house tools anymore, you can get through that stuff.
I'm
Um,
giving full credit for Blender on this one, even if you're just extruding a logo. It's really cool looking.
yeah, no, I would definitely, I would say yes, yeah. I think we have, yes, I think, yeah, I give him credit there.
Yep.
Um, so the course itself, so quick critique. Usually I wait for the critiques at the end, but this was like at the very beginning, and I want to go back because I think it was here. If you look to the right in these hedges, okay, I thought there was something wrong with the specular in the hedges because you see like this white leaking through, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's got the specular turned up. It's a reflection probe. Something's going on. But it turns out it was this water on the other side of those hedges. And I love the water, the standing water here where he had all the
Yep.
alligators in the course and really stuff. But
Yep.
he had some areas that had like this running water going through, and I felt it was too light colored. I either wanted it like darkened a little bit, turn the specular down, don't have it moving as fast. I feel like I've been in Florida several times. I feel like even moving water in Florida doesn't move that quick.
Right.
And it was just so
Right.
light colored, it kind of felt a little out of place for me. So that was my one critique of the course. Um, and then my other critique, if you want to call it a critique, is that this is probably one of the like freaking to me the hardest courses I've ever seen. Now I'm not playing golf at the moment, but I was getting apprehensive just looking at the houses around here,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
out of bands, the out of bands, the out of
Out of
bounds,
bounds.
the inner OBs on here, the water hazards. Oh my God, Matt, did you play this one in your sim?
I played this one in the sim. I
What'd you
viewed it
shoot?
on the
What'd you shoot?
laptop. I think I shot 78 on this one from the. I didn't play the back tees. I played the 6,600 yard tees. I think it was.
Yeah. Here's a few
But I
more.
did put a couple of balls in the water.
And this is
This one's
tight.
tight.
This
This
is
is
really
tight.
tight. Yeah.
Yeah, this is placement golf at its best. Like you have to know your yardages, and you have to not be wild off the tee. If you're wild off the tee, take a less club and play a tee up because wild hooks and wild slices on this course is you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, this one right here in the middle might be the most forgiving hole on the course, and even then you're hitting into someone else's fairway. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like that one, you're right. I mean, even the one on the left again, 255. It's not a huge carry to get to there, and you've got dangerous water all the way up the right, and you got out of bounds all the way up in the left, and so
Not only
you've
out of
got to.
bounds, but a person like me, out of bounds and like houses right up against it. Right.
What I didn't test was if there were colliders on those houses, and can you bounce back in?
Yeah. Now, obviously in the sim that doesn't bother me, but I would never want to go here and play. Not that they would ever let me even near this place, but I would not want to play here in real life. Just, I'm gonna piss some people
You'd
off.
lose some balls with all. I think you'd lose more balls with all the water around it than you would off of out of bounds.
Yeah. Here's another theory. I mean, look at all these houses. Man, he
Yeah,
planted a lot of houses on here.
yeah.
Yeah. Now he
And
did.
it's crazy. The tees are so tight. Like even just the tee, the tee boxes are little. They're right up against water and they're right up against OBs.
Yeah. Now this one in the middle, this is a par three. Now if you're playing from the tips, it's all carry,
Yeah,
and if you're not, you're still carrying a lot on the side. But man,
yeah.
that's an intimidating shot right there. And now of course, what's a T squared course without like
Without
an alligator or
alligators,
something,
there
right?
are so many animals on this course. There's alligators, there's ducks, there's birds, there's pigeons, there's seagulls, there's you name it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got probably 10 different types of animals walking and moving around the course.
Yeah, and these are all animated. This one's like swimming through the water. He's got the sign in there saying,
Yep.
alligators. And then I can't remember what hole it was, but there's one. I'm not sure if he has like a trigger script, but this thing walks like right out in front of the tee box and then right down the fairway, bro, lumbering along.
Yeah, there's another one, and we didn't get a screenshot, but there's another one where there's those alligator signs, and then like right below the alligator sign, there's like 4 alligators all right next to each other, basking in the sun. Like it's
Yeah,
great. He did a
yeah.
great job on it.
Just a lot of he planted a ton of houses, which I think you really need to capture the essence of this course. He did a good job capturing the hotels like in the
In the
distance,
distance,
so
yep.
that like it's probably something, if you've played the course, you're going to be familiar with the skyline. So we put some stuff out there. So
That's a really great shot right there, though, because you can see all the colors from the fairways to the tee shots, to the tee markers, the tees, excuse me, to the greens, the billboards on the trees, everything blends
very
beautifully.
consistent.
Nothing stands out. It looks, I mean, all looks good together.
And what was really cool is it's not a huge like gigantic terrain either,
No, no,
but I didn't get the feeling that it was like some people, they don't do a good job and all of a sudden you feel like, well, something's dropping off. It feels like I'm playing on a plateau and then things drop. I didn't get that feeling at all. When I flew
yep,
up in the air and looked around, it's like, oh, this terrain's really not that big, but I didn't get the impression when I was playing that it was small. So
right,
it was cool.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
nice
because
shot.
you're too busy focused on keeping your ball in play.
And not getting eaten by an alligator, right?
Correct.
Yes. So nice job in the course. Congratulations on the MPAL.
Yep. Great job. Great job. Love this course. There's a little surprise in the driving range. If y'all haven't seen it, go play at the driving range and you have some fun with it. We're not going to surprise. We won't, there's
Yeah.
little niceties, all little Easter eggs all over this course.
Nice touch.
So
Yes.
go find them.
Yep. Cool deal. So moving on to the reserve at
Reserve at MoonLight Basin. Indy Scott. Now I don't know if Indy Scott's got an MPOW or not. Maybe. My brain doesn't remember going back 3 years or 3 seasons of MPOWs. So if you have one, awesome. If you don't, congratulations on your MPOW. This was a really, really fun course. Now I will say we're gonna give you some suggestions. And a little bit of feedback on this course, because I think there's a couple of small things that you can do to just really, really elevate the course to a whole new tier. But this is one where you did a really, really nice job on the course, and then the course itself just carries it over the top for an MPOW. It is a fun ass course to play, and I highly encourage everybody to play it. So long course. Don't let the altitude. Don't let the 8,000 yard tee from the back scare you at all, because you're at 7,500 feet of altitude. You're at 7,500 feet of altitude, excuse me, and you've got a ton of elevation changes, mostly down from tee to green. And we'll talk about that as we go through the course here. So
Yeah.
um,
This is the kind of course I would expect to play if I'm going to Montana. So
yes, you're a big sky, so you're on the side of the mountain there. So
yeah.
listen, first off, as someone who builds almost exclusively mountain courses with lots of elevation changes, I can really, really appreciate the unique challenges you have with this. When you're up high, you unlike the Trump course we just talked about, where you're down at here, you can see out for probably 25 miles in all direction. So you got to be able to cover all of that and be able to represent all of that. As a big fan of the nature manufacturer assets, great job with the mountains, the trees. I think they're some of the best assets out there. They're used a lot these days, but that's because they're really, really good.
Yep.
So, but like, here's the first tee, first shot. You are 470 yard par 4 down 82 yards with the dog leg left. Like you can see on that mini map, Masta, see where the 285 is?
Yes.
And I'm not a long hitter, okay? I'm at altitude like this, I'm a 260 carry off the tee. I'm not a long hitter. My tee shot I aimed was to the second set of fairways towards the green. So you can see if you put your cursor, since you're the one driving, right there. Yeah, right around there. I aimed there, hit a solid drive, and put it right down there, about 330 yards.
Holy shit.
Because of the
Damn.
altitude and the elevation and drive. So it was a ton of fun. So great looking course. Next slide, we'll bring up the really cool looking, tee markers with the antlers on it. Look great. Here's another just Here's the interesting thing about this course. The front 9 is almost all like this, where you got 30 to 40 in a few holes, 60, 70 yard tee to green downhill. The back 9, all but 17 is pretty much flat. It's almost like you start at the top of the mountain and you work down to the valley. The back 9 is down in the valley except for 17. And 17, which I'll show you in a second, is a pretty big downhill. So this is not like Sanctuary. The whole course is like this. You're either going down or you're going up. This course is mostly down, mostly flat, and then down a little bit more at the very end. So it's pretty cool, but really pretty look. It feels like you're in the mountains. Feels like you're in big sky. Colors look great. Grasses look great. This is, I think, number 6. Love this par 3. I thought the water was great. Maybe a little bit dark on the water, but I thought the reflections of the grasses in the water was really spot on this one.
Yeah, that looks good. That's solid.
And there's a good mix of trees in there, so it's not the same tree just replanted. There's some nice mix of trees back there. So overall, just a really pretty looking design, pretty looking hole.
You going to show off some of these elevations?
Yeah, let's go. Let's look. So can you put us at the bottom?
Do that.
So first hole, 82 yard. Whoa, we're too big now.
Where'd it go? That's
Steve, help. There we go. So 470 down on this one, 39 yards down on this one, 32 yards down on this par 3, 37 yards up. So now you're coming back up. So you got to pay attention to that. 31 yards back down. And then the king daddy of them all is the last one that I grabbed.
Here we go.
767 yard.
Is this Central Park? Didn't Central Park have a hole that was like over 7? But that was flat. There was no elevation.
That was flat. This is 91 yards down. Matter of fact, I saw some guy post on Facebook. He got there in 2.
Wow.
On this par 5 in 2 because he had a great drive and he left himself 300, but it was downhill 30 more yards, and so he ended up putting a 3-wood up there and rolled it down and on in 2 from 767. So ton of fun. Like the course itself is a ton of fun. So couple of suggestions for you. One, before, and I'll talk about this in a second. One, you put custom tees in, you didn't put custom flags in. Put the flags in. Do an update, get the flags update. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, this course screams for a sat shader. I really do like the default lush shader that you use, the materials that you use that are in there. But this course is needing and it's screaming for a good sat shader. It will make it look exponentially better than it already does. And the third thing is, especially for these elevation courses, you've got to do something with the outer sat. You just can't leave the outer sat because you see it from everywhere. Yeah. And what you see here is the outer sat with some of the nature manufacturer mountain poking through. Cool, no problem there. One suggestion that I've done in the past that I think will work is if you have the nature manufacturer mountain, you probably have the meadow pack. Pull the mountains from the meadow pack, which are rolling hills, put those over this part of the terrain and bucking into the mountains you have to give you a rolling hill into the mountain, and then just change the texture on it to match the mountain you have, or darken it up to match the color scheme you have. And then you'll basically hide this kind of relatively ugly sat that you see in all these elevated tee shots. You look out and you can see that open sat everywhere. So it's a critique and a suggestion for you on how to like clean it up a little bit and just bring it to that next level.
My quick critique is going back here is this one would be put one more set of mountains behind there.
Yeah. One more lower and further back.
Yeah, lower, further back, so it just kind of peaks over there, and then just a tad of gradient fog.
Yep, 100%. Great suggestions. You got to have a little fog. And matter of fact, here's what I do.
This one definitely needs just another farther mountain kind of back in there too.
Mountains off in the distance, use purple tone in the fog because the mountains don't look blue. They don't look black. A good dark purple looks really well. And you set it about 500 or 700 meters, maybe 1,000 meters out, and then you'll get these kind of off in the distance, dark mountains behind the ones you have here in that has a ton of depth to it for sure.
And if you find that they're clipping because of the 5K limit, just shrink them and move them closer.
Move them in, shrink them, bring them in.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Well
Other
done
than
on the
that,
course.
fun course. People are gonna love this one.
Yep. Congratulations on the MPAL. All right, so that moves us into post of the week.
And
so,
to be fair, we didn't have many this week.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, don't get your hopes up. I found I had one. It was all right, you know.
I've got two, and they're okay, and
maybe,
that's it. There's not a whole lot.
Maybe people.
If you
just,
guys see good posts of the week, please just send them. I don't put them in the channel because everybody sees them. But if you find a good one, send it to send it to us as DMs, and that way we can actually put them in. I just didn't see a whole lot of great ones. A lot of the same posts over and over again about, you know, how do I clean my screen, and you know, how do I wash my back, or how do I, whatever, you know, all the normal posts we see all the time.
So the only one I had, and this was actually a late addition for me, I didn't have any, is so this guy.
We post the week music, Steve.
Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Was this guy who posted this? Turns out, just installed this. Have the Pro. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Pro T. It's the new the Pro T launch monitor. And he's like, how help me? Well, that's exactly what you need to do. Is you need to contact them and get a license.
It says contact support at Pro T
yes.
for help.
And it was funny because every single comment, the 6 comments on here, were all. It tells you exactly.
It says you what to do right there.
What you need to do there, buddy.
Reading. What was that old commercial from the 70s or 80s? Like reading is fundamental or something like that. Like read.
Or RTFM. RTFM. Yeah. Read
RTFM.
FM
Read the F manual.
Yeah. That's it. That's the only one I had. So, you know, not terribly exciting.
I only have 2. They're not great either. That one's pretty good, actually. But they're not great. So,
okay.
Ready?
So, here we go.
Gonna be using Garmin R10. Which open ATI should I purchase? How about the open one? You don't purchase it. You just select the open API.
What's the open API, right? Yes. Okay.
I love the which open API should I purchase?
The open one.
The open one.
The open one. You don't purchase
I
it.
shouldn't have hid that, guys, because he won the internet. So whoever posted that won the internet. I shouldn't have blocked out his name. So I thought that was kind of funny. I got a kick out of that
one. And we have
one more.
Here. We got one more. All right. I played real golf yesterday, and boy, did I suck. Hey, I know that feeling. That is one thing I tell you what about sim golf is you play sim golf all winter long. You feel real confident about like your play,
where you're at.
Your scores are going down, and then you kind of, I think you lose touch with reality, and then you go outside and realize that every lie isn't perfect. Yeah. And that your mat is more forgiving. There's weather. There's the cold. Yeah. It's a different temp. Their balls. Yeah. Yes.
It's funny because I've spent a lot of time. Our weather has changed, with the exception of this past weekend, but our weather has changed, and I'm probably now 95% of my golf is outside. My indoor golf is either a lesson or it's B2B. I'm playing courses in the sim to test them out. So you get used to playing outside a lot more now that you're kind of used to it. When I came back into the sim, I came back in for a lesson. It was the first time I had swung a club in the sim in like 2 weeks, and I had a lesson. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, I don't like this. I don't like swinging inside. I'm so used to being outside after. So I actually had a hard time adjusting being back in the sim after being outside for a few weeks. So I do feel that I swing more freely outside than I do inside, but that's my own feeling. You know, I don't know if it's true or not. It's just what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because I haven't been playing much indoor, and definitely no outdoor. I haven't shot a ball outdoor since October.
But your first round is coming up when? Next 2 weeks?
not this week, not this next Tuesday. I'm gonna play
Next
outdoor
Tuesday,
for,
yeah.
in the
We're gonna have
lady.
to record after that and get a full readout on your.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
first,
we might
I
have to
don't know
send
if
a
I want to
video
do that.
camera with you to take. Oh, you know what we need? We need to get you. We need to get your first swing. And then show and go out your first swing after you're out there, and then we'll critique
Gosh.
it. We'll show it on the thing.
Oh
We'll
gosh,
critique
I
it.
don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I
We'll
want
get
that. It's going to
Shanky.
be hard enough. I'm going to be teeing off like that first night of indoor golf against an opponent, and you want me to video too so we can post it here?
We'll get Shanky on the show, and he can come in
Yeah,
and we'll
there you
look
go.
at
Oh,
the.
gosh, I'm just
Well,
gonna. I think I'm
you're
just gonna
playing
hit a
inside.
gap wedge or a pitching wedge, no matter what hole it's on. Yeah.
But you're playing inside, right? That's your indoor league you're
Well,
doing.
I
No?
haven't really hit a club inside either. My foot has not been feeling great.
But in 2
Um,
weeks, you're going to be playing inside, not outside.
no, outside in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's outside. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to get that
outside.
recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outside. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap. Good show. Good seeing you. Get together next week. And if you guys post the weeks, send them to us so we can add them to the show. If you have a good whiskey sour recipe,
Yes.
send it to Masta.
Please, I need a good
comment.
whiskey sour. I'm in desperate need of whiskey sour. So.
And other than that, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you, everybody. Bye.